Hi, can I ask for some class participation today? Can I ask if you have a cell phone or own a cell phone, please raise your hand. All right, keep your hands raised if you own a laptop or a desktop.
Oh.
Keep your hands raised if you brought your laptop with you today. All right, so as you see, it looks like everyone in the class owns a cell phone. Even some own a laptop, and some even brought it. Oh, you can put your hands down. Okay. Which brings me to my topic, which is personal communication technology and its effects on human health and conditions. My main claim is that personal communication technology has adverse effects on human health and conditions. My two supporting claims is that it increases the risk of long-term health effects, and two, it promotes obesity and diabetes and other chronic diseases associated with this. So for my first claim, I have my first supporting claim has three sub-supporting claims that health issues, like one, cell phones present chemical hazards. Two, use of computers and cell phones increase the incidence of cumulative trauma disorder. And three, computer and cell phones screens pose risk of the user experiencing computer vision syndrome. So for the first one, long-term use, I found studies that shown that long-term use, which is 10 years or more, are associated with brain tumors. Even like the cell phone companies' own studies show that it really can penetrate the brain of children and at least 2 inches into adult skulls. Also, the risk is increased even more now that cell phone use has increased more. In 1990, it was 1 in 10 Americans owned a cell phone, and now this number has increased 9 times. And before, talking time and texting time is limited, but now it's increased even more. For the second part, the use of computer cell phones increased incidence of cumulative trauma disorder. It can occur with keyboard and mouse usage, and long-term use of this will create back, neck, and shoulder problems from a weak posture when you sit at the computer. Because our cell phones and computers, unfortunately, aren't made perfectly, so we adjust ourselves to sit comfortably, and unfortunately, this causes problems. Symptoms with this disorder is tightness, discomfort, stiffness, soreness, or burning in the hands, wrists, fingers, forearms, or elbows, tingling or coldness or numbness of hands, clumsiness or loss of strength and coordination in the hands, pain that wakes you up at night, feeling a need to massage your hands, wrists, and arms, which I believe I'm a prime example of, and pain in the upper back or shoulders associated with computer use. And also, doctors have seen that teens are experiencing more of these ailments that they would usually see in older patients, like joint pain and all that, and vision problems, which leads me to my third point is that computer and cell phone screens pose risk of experiencing computer vision syndrome, also known as CVS, because as we know, our screens are getting smaller, and also our eyes are more comfortable reading print than screen pixelated. Symptoms of this include fatigue, blurred vision, eye strain, redness, watering, burning, dryness, because we don't blink as much when we're looking at a monitor, headache, eye ache, double vision, sore neck, and shoulders, and results from our poor posture again. And various studies show that 50 to 90% of computer users experience some symptoms of CVS. This is 115 million American workers and 30 million school-aged children complain of having these problems. My second supporting claim is that it promotes obesity, diabetes, and other associated chronic diseases. It does this by individuals now spending more time online, which also causes them to spend less time outside doing active activities, and also causes them to eat less healthy diets. Yeah, so individuals are spending more time online. I got some evidence from this book called America's Youth Opposing Viewpoints, and teens estimate they are spending 72 hours per week electronically, so online, that's 3 days straight. Kids younger than 6 spend an average of 2 hours, and teens 5.5 hours a day. And so kids who watch more than 4 or more hours online are seen to be overweight or obese, and those who spend 2 or less hours online, not so much. So when they're spending more time online, they're spending less time outside. And like Kirsten's statistics showed, I found the same one, that now PE classes are being cut down to 25 minutes when our current recommendations are 60 minutes each day. So every day of the week you should be spending 60 minutes doing something active. So they're not close to this, which leads to problems like obesity, type 2 diabetes, other chronic diseases like cardiovascular disease, heart disease. And I also found that nearly all school children, so 97% of them have electronics in their bedroom, and nearly 30% of them say they're too tired to exercise. So that's a funny point. And obesity in America is found to have risen over the past 20 years. In 2009, only Colorado and the District of Columbia had a prevalence of less than 20%. 33 states have prevalence equal to or greater than 25%, and 9 of these have a prevalence of obesity equal to greater than 30%. So tonight I told you about these adverse effects that the personal communication technology has on us, which is cell phones can cause a brain cancer, computers with carpal tunnel syndrome, computer with CVS, and obesity and diabetes. Thank you.
All right, you identify what the proposition is after you go through the topic. I like the introduction idea, but it does take you a while to get through it. The secondary issues were laid out reasonably well, although you do want to make sure that they're stated as cause-effect declarative statements, because that's the inference that you're making. You might be overdoing the organization on the first and second point by previewing each of those points as you get to it. Maybe keep it a little bit simpler and just say, when you get to that first point, here are some of the problems that are created in regard to our use of cell phones, for instance, or these technological devices, and then here are some issues that are related to our change in lifestyle that are also connected with the use of those devices. That might be a little bit simpler and easier to follow. I don't get many source citations. The one place that there were some source citations is mostly on the average number of hours that people are engaged in these activities, particularly kids. You mentioned a study at one point. I got one source citation says various studies find. I didn't hear any information or citation on the CVS information, for instance. There's a vague reference. Even the phone companies know that the waves penetrate the brain, and I'm going, okay, well, where's that information? So you need to do a much better job citing your evidence on these points. I think the link on the second point is especially problematic because you, in essence, have said that all these electronic devices are causing obesity, and obesity is causing all these problems, so you've got the chain of arguments going on here, but there's no accounting for any other explanation about what the source of the obesity issue is. You're saying it's a lack of activity, but the only links that you have are the hours that people spend on this and the decreased activity that they have in PE classes, and I think that that's a bit of a stretch to make that inference. And to be honest, I'll tell you, I probably have already had 4 speeches in the last few days that talk about how it's really McDonald's that's responsible for our obesity and not using the computers. Okay, thank you.